country in West Africa today where you can now say that this country is homogeneous. No. If you come to Benin Republic, the last interview I had with the Nigerian ambassador to Benin Republic, he told me that there are 3 million Nigerians living in Cotonou alone, not to talk of people who are living in Calavi, okay? And people who are living in other parts of Cotonou. Now, all these people living in these spaces, some of them are students, but many of them are not students. Many of them are what? Many of them are traders. Many of them are businessmen. And come to think of them, many of them are also criminals and potential criminals. Many of them are people who actually thought maybe that Lagos is becoming very hot for them. And for them to be able to operate as far as cyber criminality is concerned, they need a country where the criminal justice system is not as sophisticated or efficient as you might have in other crimes. And some of these smaller countries in West Africa offers them that anonymity they crave. Another country in Europe also, which is tending towards that, if they're not careful, is Malta. You find a number of people trying to migrate to Malta. And then you begin to ask yourself, all these people who are going to Malta, for instance, what are they going there to do? And if you ask many of them, you find that many of them are not going there because they want to have a PhD or they want to further their studies. They are going there because they believe that these places are more or less like safe havens, just like we used to have in the Caribbean, where people sit and nobody bothers about them, so long as they don't breach any of the laws in those countries. They can sit in the confines of their living rooms and they can do whatever business they want to do. So the world is tilting towards that. And if the world actually wants to have a social order, especially in this 21st century, where cyber criminality will be reduced to the barest minimum, then it augurs well for the police forces of the world to come together, bury their differences. Oftentimes, the major challenge is language for us in West Africa. You know, we have this dichotomy, the French-speaking countries, Francophone countries, and then the Anglophone countries. But if you want to do a thorough policing, a robust policing, that will enable you, for instance, to have a hands-on as far as information sharing, intelligence sharing is concerned, you must be able to have this interconnectivity as far as the sharing of intelligence is concerned. It means that if I sit in my office in Alagbo, in Ikoyi, I can press a button and the police officer who is in Ouagadougou can share whatever information he has with me. Why? Because the borders have become porous. You cannot even police the borders anymore because there are multiplicity of routes through which people move into these borders. And who are the people moving? The research we are carrying out at the moment on migration along the West African corridors has shown that it is people between the ages of 15 and 40.